The incongruity element of humor, it is funny. The thing is that it does take on quite a tragic place in our society when it's our news, and in that way, yeah, the joke is on us. Technological development doesn't run on the same scale as values development. It would be nice if they ran along, and that if we could develop both our values and the ability of technology such as atomic weaponry, then we'd be better off as a whole. The thing is that I don't think values are necessarily raised as consciousness of values is necessarily raised as technology such as the ability to wipe people off the planet is raised. Now, do I find that funny? It's funny in a tragic context. I mean, that's the classic dark humor. And you have to look at the difference between stupidity and ignorance. And a lot of the time, I think the people that are at the top, are not necessarily acting out of ignorance. They're acting out of self-serving means. And also, I think there might be a correlation, although I don't have any studies based on my belief at the time, but I think that there's a certain level of the people that rise to the top have a certain type of power-based neurosis that brings them there, and then the irresponsibility that comes with it is somehow part of this mental disease that makes you want to succeed. Laughing at stupidity has a juvenile context. It's like laughing at someone with an obvious handicap, and it strikes actually of a personal flaw in the laugher. Now, is all humor based in congruity? That sounds to me like a false statement. Maybe there's levels of humor that's just based on, out and out joy, and that's the danger of extreme statements and absolutes. The thing is, the joke's on the joker also, because if you're putting out crap and running off to the bank, the joke is on you too, and it goes back to values, because your values are being completely trampled. When people see someone that's doing something that they consider stupid and they think that they can do better, and they say, "Oh, look at that idiot, I can do that," and then you just wonder, are they saying yeah, I can be an idiot too? I wonder if we like the news because it's separate from us, or do we like the news because we feel that it may keep us informed? Is there an ulterior psychological motive happening behind our brain, or is it just straight up hey, I read the news to see what's going on? There's definitely a personal based need to do for your own self, and it's first place, and not get caught up in the world shenanigans, especially if you're in this foolhardy mindset that you think you're going to change the world. Now, I say that somewhat. I think some of us are better situated to make changes in the world, and for that we should go forward with it. The only thing is that, from my personal point of view, my ability to change the world seems somewhat limited, and for most people it is that case. For people that do have the power, please take it, but let's not get caught in this illusionary fantasy world and think that we're going to turn around and just change the world. And for that, we need to just modify our own behavior so that we can create the best possible world with us. And at the end of it all, the joke doesn't have to be on anyone, unless you let it be. If you're the butt of the joke, it's something that you take in on yourself, and it's something that you grow to accept. If you maintain a stance where you don't allow yourself to be joked on by having the mental fortitude and knowledge of your own personal view and just a strong foundation and base, then you will never be a joke no matter what. Even if they took all your money, stripped your family, and threw you in jail, the joke would never be on you if you stood up and lived by the high ideals and the high values that we all can make ourselves aware of.